Hello and welcome to a review of the Kymco Downtown 300i. My name's Glen and I'm president in Arizona of the Phoenix Scooter Club, and I'm doing this video with help from the people at Chandler Powersports in Chandler, Arizona. This is my friend Robert, and he's the owner of Chandler Powersports, and he let us borrow some bikes for this ride. And we went down the famous Apache Trail towards Apache Junction in Gold Canyon, Arizona. And along the way, we stopped at the Goldfield Ghost Town, which was an old mining town. And we stopped and had lunch, and it's a really neat place if you ever get to go. And this was along our route to the Canyon Lake, which is a really curvy road, and it's great because it's pretty beat up, and it's a good test for a suspension. So just a few overall notes on these bikes. I've personally owned 3 or 4 different scooters, major brands. I've probably ridden just about every type of scooter there is in the United States, and I was really impressed with this bike. I've owned Vespa's 150 and 250s, I owned a Piaggio 500, owned a couple of Buddy 150s, and although those were all very, very, very good bikes, overall for performance and power and comfort level, this is probably one of the top bikes. I got this one used. I've been riding it for about 2 months, and very, very impressed with it. I had heard a lot about Kymco, but again, I've never ridden that many of them, and I had never owned one. But so far, I've been very impressed with this one. The styling, I think, is nice. Maxis are a new scooter to me. I'd always liked the more classical look, but this one's grown on me. The seat height is fantastic, especially if you're a new rider. The weight is fairly low, so it gives you a great comfort level and confidence, and especially because the seating position is low as well, and that lets you put your feet flat on the ground if you're shorter in stature. This bike, for anyone over, I'd say 5'11", it might be a little tight, as with a lot of the scooters, especially the Italian scooters. It's not the greatest seat for tall people. However, I heard some people are working on a different seat that will give you a little bit more leg room. But beyond that, it's positives about this bike all day long. It just, I can't say enough. For a bike that's under $6,000, I think it's actually around $5,300. Very, very impressive. We're going to be looking at a 2013, which is my bike, the orange bike, and a 2015, which is a Robert's bike, which is a store bike. I believe they're almost identical, and I think for 2016 there are a few changes. You'll notice right away that this bike has bigger wheels. It just makes it really stable. Going down these roads, we hit some big potholes and grooves in the road, and though you felt them compared to other scooters I've been on, it was very, very smooth. When you're doing highway speeds, or I'd say 45 or above, it's absolutely quiet and absolutely smooth ride, and it has fantastic acceleration. Again, they call this a 300cc. I think it's 298, but it's really a perfect size engine without being too small or too big. Again, we were out here at the Superstitions Mountains, and it's just a beautiful day. The 2015 again is on the left, and the 2013 is on the right. They have incredible halogen headlights. High beam and low beam are extremely bright. I happen to like the styling. Very wide seat, so good for a 2-up. It's disc brakes, which are absolutely fantastic. I think the newer models have anti-lock braking. The windscreen is great. The rear view mirrors are absolutely solid. On my Vespa, I've actually had several fall off during rides. It is air cooled, or I should say, I'm sorry, it is liquid cooled. And now you can see some shots underneath. The storage compartment is huge. There's a little light. It's on the bottom on this model, so if you put stuff in there, it actually gets covered up. I believe they fixed that in 2016. but gigantic storage, easy access to the VIN number in there, as well as some access points for if they need to do any computer diagnostic. And the lid actually shuts very easily, and there's a warning light if you haven't shut it correctly right here in the instrument gauges, which are fantastic, nice and bright at night. Odometer, speedometer, tachometer. They have military time and regular time. I like it too because it has a service light that goes on that you can reset yourself, but it lets you know when to change the oil. And it's stainless steel, well, at least a stainless steel look or a chrome look on the gauges. So it's a classy, clean look on the gauges. The only thing I didn't like is if sun hits it on a bright day, it glares just a little bit, but that's really just a minor thing. Plenty of storage on the left side on these units for any of your electronics, wallets. You can actually fit a full water bottle in there, and it's a little hard to see, but there's a 12-volt outlet in there, so you can charge your phone or GPS, whatever you may have. Really nice design on that. Again, I had mentioned a little bit before about the windscreen. Just a perfect size. It's not too tall where you're not getting a lot of wind, but it's not too short where it's not protecting you enough. It does great for sound reduction. I get no vibration in my helmet, and I couldn't be happier with that. The suspension, at least the rear suspension, is adjustable. I haven't tried it out, but it's nice to be able to have that. And this thing is probably the best scooter I've ever ridden when it comes to taking the curves compared to any scooter I've ridden before. And the roads around here at Canyon Lake are great for this. And Robert had a good time, even had a crotch rocket chasing him back up the hill. Again, 2 thumbs up on this, and thanks to Chandler Powersports and Chandler for letting us borrow the bikes and go out for a ride.